go, here we 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 go. What's going on, everybody? It's the blockchain backer bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. And good morning, everybody. We are getting started bright and early today, and I have never started a stream this early. I did a stream last night, but I was like, hey, you know what, we're going to do a big one today because I'm celebrating the channel's milestone of getting to 20,000 subscribers. It's absolutely amazing. So today we're going to do a longer than usual live stream, and I have no idea how long it's going to last. I'm just going to pretty much go as long as I could go. So we'll see what point that is and what point my voice starts to break down on me. But we're going to talk about a couple of key things here right in the beginning before we really get started in addressing the chat. And I see all you guys in there. I see mods in there. I see members in there. I see a lot of people chatting in there. Thank you guys for showing up. So obviously right here on the screen, we are 18 days, 19 days away from the Bitcoin block reward halving. So that's exciting news. That's going to be the thing in the media for the most part, hopefully, right, for the next 2 weeks. So, I mean, really do the math on that. That's 2.5 weeks from right now. We'll see what happens from that. Typically, with the Bitcoin block reward halving, you get a pre-pump excitement, then you get a crash afterwards, and then that sets the precedent of where we can start the grinding up bull market due to miners having half the supply to be able to dump on the market daily. So as long as the buying remains the same, we'll have half the selling coming from the miners, at least, of new supply. But the big thing that's going to be happening this morning is in 8 minutes, we are going to be getting the initial jobless claims coming out. So over here on investing.com, I've got it right here. We'll go to economic calendar. And we'll scroll right on down here and we will catch it live as it comes out. The initial jobless claims. We are 6 minutes away from the jobless claims. The anticipated forecast is 4.2 million new unemployment claims. So that bump us up to right around, I believe that's 26.2 million filing for unemployment in the United States. Now, what have we seen in the last few times that happened? Well, we saw that the stock market went up on worse than expected unemployment numbers. So I know that's not something fun to laugh about. It's not funny. It's really terrible. But we get to see how irrational the market behaves in relation to the reality of the economy. There's a complete disconnect between what the stock market really is and what the economy really is. This is more of just like a gambling arena, and the real economy is obviously in quite a predicament right now, but we're going to watch this economic data to see when this jobless claims comes out. So we are just a few minutes away from it. We'll put ourselves right there on that page and we will refresh. So whatever the number comes out today, we will know that it will actually end up being revised to a higher number. That's what happens every time. We might be getting the revision to the previous one as well. So we'll see potentially the higher number from the previous week as well. Right now, XRP has a little bit of a green morning going on right now, along with the rest of the crypto market, including XLM. Stellar is having a pretty stellar day. Yeah, I did that. So it's finding some resistance right here at this resistance level. We'll see if it gets through there. But really, XRP, are you going to take your turn? Because if XRP was to do the same thing, well, we'd be looking way up here at about 24 cents if it's going to catch up to with what Stellar's doing. So maybe we have ourselves a interesting morning that we can catch here on the live stream too. So, all right, let's take a peek over here at the chat. I don't want to miss this, right? I've got, what, just a few minutes, right? It would be just a waste if I got distracted and missed it happening. So let me go back here. 4 minutes. Okay, 4 minutes to releases. Take a look over here at the chat. Jordan, blockchain backer, I like your content. Good work, mate. Thank you so much. I put a lot of work into it every day. I get up, even a little 10-minute video, that takes me 3 to 4 hours to put together and get going. So, all right, guys, look at all you guys up early this morning. Everybody got their coffee, everybody ready? Because I'm going to try to make the stream go at least, oh man, I better not even say how long I want to make it, because then the replay, what if it's a lot shorter? But we're going to go for hours. We're going to try for hours. I'm going to try to get Participation Trophy Wife to come in here too. Like, hey, get on the mic. So what are we looking at for the Dow for the morning right now? We are looking at preliminary. So I mean, look at the relative strength. I mean, you could see the huge bearish divergence going on here in the Dow Jones and this little breakdown. So are we actually going to get the opposite, right? So what happens typically is once people can recognize a pattern, they'll say, hey, jobless data coming out typically leads to the price pumping to the upside, right? We've seen that happen 3 times, 2 or 3 times. So you say to yourself, well, hey, I'm pretty smart. I could figure out and recognize the pattern. When the jobless data comes out and the numbers are terrible, the market will go up. But it's usually after everybody has recognized the pattern, it does the opposite. So we'll see, especially with you can see we were grinding up with the relative strength in the previous releases, but this time we're going into it looking pretty bearish on the Dow Jones. How many minutes do we have remaining? 3 minutes. And again, I always say this, you're gonna have to excuse me if you hear children in the background, right? I mean, it's what is today? Thursday morning? Kids are at home. Let's see. Mr. DYOR. Yeah, man. Welcome, buddy. We have 2 minutes remaining until the initial jobless claims. Here we go, Al. So the former pattern for XRP is not relevant anymore. I'm referring to the former chart you put into the cycle. Yeah, we'll take a look at that, I'm sure, throughout this live stream. Yeah, enough time has passed that it does not match up with the market cap timing of the cycle. I am K1R first stream. Hey, welcome. Hey, you know what? What am I doing? Oh, no, I can't. Hold on. I'm gonna have to do it after the release of the initial jobless claims. I will address all of the members of the channel. Are we there yet? Are we at the jobless claims data yet? Mark Brown with the super chat. Best content in crypto space. Polite and knowledgeable. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. All right, 1 minute. 4.2 million is what we're expecting. I don't know what will happen if it comes in at like 3.7 million or at 4.8 million. We're all going to watch together and see what happens. Waiting on it. Dual citizen, what's going on? Stats a la rescue. Here we go. Come on. Do we have it yet? No, we don't have it yet. Just waking up. Vengeful Winky, welcome to the members, man. Welcome to being a backer. Thank you for your support. Oh, there goes my alarm telling me it's time. 4.4, so more. Okay, 4.427 million initial jobless claims. We have worse than expected data. Let's take a look over here. Let's go over here. Did they revise last week? What is this? Oh, wow, for the first time ever. How do you revise it down? That's odd. How do you revise initial jobless claims down from last week? Anyway, it got revised down by 17,000 last week. However, we have additional initial jobless claims of over 227,000 this week. All right, so we'll see what that does. Susie Casilla, thank you for your help and always answer my questions about my coins anytime. And you know what? I was reading your Twitter post and I didn't realize you had gotten like uncirculated stuff. So yeah, you pay a little bit more of a premium to get uncirculated. It's called numismatic value. All right, so there we go. We've got initial jobless claims that were worse than expected. Will we see what we typically see where the markets pump on this news? For all those who are just tuning in, we're now up to 400 people in here. And we've got stellar lumens way up here getting hit at this resistance. If XRP were to make the similar type of move, that would take us up to this level right here, which is about 24.5 cents. So is the rest of the market going to follow XLM's lead? Good morning, Bread Garlic House. So here we go, put on a smaller time frame. How is it responding? So this is delayed data, right? So we'll see how long it takes for this to come in, but we're not going to have the actual real markets open for an hour from now. So here's what you can expect, right? This is what we always see. We always see some type of information released from either the Federal Reserve or the White House right now. Within the next hour, we get something to try to cover up those jobless claims. So expect some type of big announcement of some type of thing, or press conference or something to occur within the next hour to try to smash those jobless claim numbers down in the headlines. All right, back on over here. So what did Stellar look like? It just grinded out, huh? It's been on, wow, it's been on a grind for over 2 days to get here. Cardano's going too. Cardano has broken out above this whole level. And for the similar move, I put Cardano up at near 5 cents. Just need XRP to take it, have its turn. Stas, what do you guys think about Ripple suing YouTube? How do you think this will affect XRP? I don't know. Gets it in the headlines though, doesn't it? Reese Broxup. I've been in the XRP market for 5 years now. Am I just a fool? I feel like the rise will never happen, but I'm still holding. 5 years is too long to just give everything up. Well, if you've been in it for 5 years, you should be sitting pretty well. You've made an incredible amount of money. So did you sell before it popped? Logger, April 23rd should be big, which is today. We'll see. Dates always seem to fall apart though, don't they? Rob XRP, good for you. I love this channel. Cool, man. Thank you. So, all right, has anything happened with the markets now? Let's see if they've updated. There we go. Yeah, see, look at that. Previous updated. Revised from 245. Oh, no, no, no. It was only down just a little bit. Only went down by 8,000 from the previous week. Hold on one second here. Participation trophy wife just came in here. She's trying to. I need to get her to talk on the mic. Put her on the spot, make her uncomfortable. All right. So now we just wait. Just a morning of wait. Looks like oil's killing it this morning. I'm feeling good though, man. When I did that live stream last night, I was just like, I was beaten down. The only reason I did it, and man, I was talking to my wife, telling her like, look, I don't feel like I'm going to do it, but I'd already committed on Twitter that I was going to do it, so I was like, okay, I did it. But today I feel like $1 million. I feel awesome. Let's rock. Brian White, morning mate. I've been a holder since late 2017. Thoughts on moving coins from Coinbase or exchanges to an offline ledger? Yeah, I use that Nano Ledger S. I know they've got better, Nano's got or Ledger's got better stuff now, but I still use that. I have a couple of them, and I do not have an affiliate link, so you just have to go to ledger.com to buy it. Magic Arcane. I am short on XRP. I think a lot of people have been short since 15 cents. But I think a lot of people are closing that out. Man, I'm telling you. So yeah, we haven't talked about sentiment in a while. I don't see nearly as much stuff of people calling for lower prices anymore. So have they been brought back in? Has enough time and enough pain? Because that was a month and a half ago that capitulation happened, and all those who were living in that emotional swing of fear, expecting it to go to 8 and selling at 12, 13, 14, 15, after this much time, have they been brought back in quietly? And it's possible. Nardiel Jamie, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. What are your thoughts about Miguel Valles leaving Ripple quietly? I don't know what to think of all that, of people leaving the company quietly. I don't know. Ripple in general has been quiet, haven't they? What other coins do you think have a real world use case or good prospects? HBAR or VeChain? I don't know much about HBAR and I don't know much about VeChain. And I know there's a lot of people out there who just love VeChain or whatever. And the only thing I know about VeChain, okay, and I could be completely wrong, right, is that it's used for tracking where the supply chain of where something was made. And I know there are some consumers who say they care about that, but people don't care about that. People shop at Walmart. People don't care where things are made. And I'm just, but I could be wrong if that's what VeChain is. And also, I don't understand why you would need a cryptocurrency to track something like that. So I don't know if there actually is a real use case there. But I could be wrong. Maybe I don't know enough about VeChain. Blub blub. Do you see what's happening with stellar lumens right now? I do see that. I do. But it also has hit some serious resistance. We'll see if it actually gets through there. Terry Watkins, you the man, BB. Keep on keeping on from Australia. Thank you, Terry. Hey, BB, when can I get a haircut? Oh man, you haven't given yourself a quarantine haircut yet? I absolutely have. I'm due for another one. Like literally, this is how it went, right? So I'm like, hey, talk to my wife. Hey, can you give me a haircut? And she's like, yeah, yeah, definitely. I'm like, okay, can you watch a YouTube video on how to do that? No, no, I don't need to watch a YouTube video. I'll be able to do that just fine. I'm like, come on, please just watch a YouTube. Look, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. So we get in there and she's laughing, right? She's like, oh, this is going to be great. And she's cracking up and treating it like it's fun. And I'm kind of like panicked, right? I haven't gotten a haircut in 2 months at this point. I went into the quarantine without getting a haircut for a month. I mean, we were talking, it was long already. We get in there. I'm like, all right, look, let me just show you how to do it. So I start kind of cutting my own head with the buzzers, right? We've got a couple of buzzers because, I got a little beard going on. So you got to kind of cut it yourself. And I start, put it on a one. I think it was on a one or a half or something like that, and doing my sides, and gave myself a nice Joe Exotic looking haircut at first. And I was like, all right, it's time for you to take care of the rest and to start kind of fading the top. Hand the buzzers, the clippers on over to her, and she's just laughing the whole time, cutting my hair, laughing. And Man. Oh, my hair. Oh, man. But it's looking better now that it's been almost a month and it's kind of grown out a little bit. But you know what's cool is I wear that hat all the time. I'm always wearing these XRP hats. So I mean that's the real point of a haircut at this point. If you have hats, you're fine. Just get some buzzers, get a beard trimmer, and just start cutting the sides of your hair and just start wearing a hat every day, and you'll be all right. Oh my. All right. I thought I had myself on mute that whole time. Okay, cool. IMK1R gold and silver mining companies are taking off. Yeah, I saw that too. I cut my son's hair and he looks like Bobby Hill. Man, I love King of the Hill. One rough weekend, my wife gave me a great fade. Oh, that's good. Good for you, man. You're lucky. All right, so do we have anything going on? Of course, there you go, guys. Stock market Dow Jones up on 4.4 million unemployed, exceeding expectations of, or missing expectations by an additional 227,000 claims. What are we at now? So we are at 26.3 million people are unemployed, and we have the markets going up. So, but for those who are just tuning in, obviously one of the things we're watching here is that obviously Stellar Lumens has taken a nice pop up to here, up to this March 7th resistance level, which for XRP would be right over here, be up there near 24 and a half cents. Does 24 and a half cents bring in all the people who are selling down here thinking that the price was going to 8? Does this price bring all of them back in? I think it might. Good morning, Connie. Shane Wilson, I'll keep my Grizzly Adams look until I see my barber. I'm about to, I'll probably give myself another one today, but I'm definitely not posting it on my Twitter. Mr. Backer, do you have a sense of the percentage of your subscribers that believe in the Riddler's 589 hype? I am hoping that it's low. I don't know because we don't talk about 589 very often. The people who are lured into the $589 price are the people who probably have about 1,000 to 2,000 XRP. There's nothing wrong with having 1,000 or 2,000 XRP. It's just mathematically 589. If you have 2,000 XRP, takes you up to that that $1 million price. So there's a lot of people who are lured into that idea. Do I think 589 is realistic? Likely not. Likely not. I always talk about that. I think the more realistic numbers are going to be 13, 26, and 55, and then if something ridiculous happens, maybe 120. If it ever went to 589, I would probably, if we ever got beyond $120, I would be down to I'd have maybe 2% of my bag left to ride to 589. I would have already exited for the most part. Spence Hutchinson, has your XRP exit strategy changed at all given the amount of money the Fed has been printing? I don't want to exit successfully just to watch all my profit decrease in value. No. So see, my strategy will not change based on any type of narrative or news or fundamental issues going on. It will always still be the same targets no matter what. When the price does finally take off and go to those types of prices, you will have to expect that the news and the justifications and the reasonings for all of this will make sense to hold it and not let go. People will have a very difficult time when the time does come to actually hit that sell button when it does come because the narrative will be so strong to keep holding. But nothing will change regardless of if the dollar has gone straight down into the gutter When the time comes, the charts are telling me that's the time to swap into the dollar. The dollar can always bounce, right? Oil is down in the gutter right now. Will oil bounce? It's likely. It's likely. So, like, do you buy oil when it's cheaply valued, hoping that it goes up? Yes. So, do you buy the dollar when it's cheaply valued, hoping that it's going up? Yes. What you don't want to be in is in the dollar while it's going down, right? And that's what we're trying to do here. It's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to be in something different. So while the dollar is crashing, I'm not in it. I'm in something that's we're gaining more dollar values. And then once the dollar has completely plummeted, that's when I will say, well, the dollar looks really cheap right now. Let's get some dollars. Ripple Rich with the super chat. Thank you for your time and for sharing. Are you still in the silver hunt? Stay safe. Thank you so much, Ripple Rich, for the super chat. I appreciate that. And yes, of course, I'm always on the hunt. I hunted a box of quarters yesterday. I hunted a box of quarters the day before. I'll probably hunt one or two this afternoon, boxes. And I haven't been doing half dollars lately because half dollars have been terrible for me. So I haven't been doing it. But when I hunt through boxes of coins, I usually find other things besides silver, and then I'll take those things to a coin shop and trade them for silver. Which on my Wrapper Stacker channel that I posted videos last week, I found a bunch of W Mint Mark quarters. I ended up trading some of those into my local coin shop and got what did I get? Maybe about 15 ounces of silver doing that. And thank you to my mods for being here. I appreciate you. I see you, Drew. Thank you. BCB, what are your thoughts on Link and XTZ? I don't know. I know okay, first of all, I'm going to say this. I don't know anything about them at all. When I see a lot of people like hyped about it and they're kind of chasing the late price, kind of like you saw with Casino Coin, lots of people chasing the late price. Uh, that's all I think of it. I don't look into. I look at if people, if the price is suppressed and it's looking like it's coiling up and there's a lot of fundamental stuff, then hey, cool. But if a lot of people are talking about it simply because the price has already gone up, I usually don't spend time because first of all, you've already missed the train, right? Susan Beach with $1 XRP. I could be out of debt, buy a bike, and get a puppy. There you go. How much XRP do you need? It depends on what your goals are. If you need a bike and a puppy and get out of debt, then there you go. Can you show the DXY index for sure? For sure. So DXY, I'm looking for the DXY. Let's get out of here a little bit. So I accumulated a couple of oil stocks the other day, but I'm still not sold on it. I'm gonna maybe take another stab at a few stocks when the DXY gets back up to 101.60. Still, nothing changes with this dollar index. We're heading down there. And you got your measured move right here. I mean, it's fully all the way. Let's remeasure that perfectly. It's already done. I don't think this is going to set a new high here, this little pump right here. I do not think that will set a new high. Yeah, so I mean, we're there. We've reached all the way. This thing will come all the way down here into lower, right? So when we looked at oil and we were talking about it, oil, eventually when oil fell, it fell down to right here, and it did its typical retrace like we see on everything. Right back on up, and then oil rolled over and obviously went to went to zero. One rough weekend. What's going on, man? Thank you so much for the super chat. All right, Peter Chaplin, BCB, what's happening with the moving averages on XRP? Are they curling up yet? Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. So we're pretty much just pinned in between them, right? The 4 hour has been the one we've been seeing the response from on here. Let's see what XLM did, right? So XLM was maintaining itself right here above this 100 the whole time. But yeah, like it's really finding some resistance there. See what the volume looks like right there. Ooh, we'll see. We'll see. Ripple Rich with another super chat. Thank you so much. So yeah, let's you could see the differences between those, right? XLM was holding itself, but I mean, obviously we're holding that 200, right? Mike Mav, can you bring up the Digibyte chart? It looks amazing. Ah, man, nah. I've seen it over the last couple of days. People are getting excited about Digibyte. It must be moving or something. But man, if you've been around a long time, Digibyte, oh man, I mean, it's had its ups and its downs and its thing. It's just another. I could be wrong. I could always be wrong. I don't follow it enough, man. But it's just, it's always just been another one of those ones. Let's see. Do you think when China releases their digital one, it will give everything a bump? No clue, man. Unfortunately, no clue. Can't really speculate on it. What's your thoughts about using the 180-day moving average? I mean, so what is that, a half a year, right? I mean, I guess if you want, it's like using a 6-month moving average. Yeah, that's why moving averages they're not my favorite thing. Sometimes they're useful in like a short-term breakout. Um, But really, when you'll find that every single person who's trying, not every single person, but all these people who are trying to sell courses, right? Telling you they get the best, newest, greatest thing. I'm going to sell you this great course and sell you these indicators, and you're going to become rich because of my indicators. A lot of times, what people do is they use ridiculous numbers for moving averages, exponential moving averages, Bollinger Bands, whatever. They just come up with some new type of number to use. But the thing that's never consistent is when you have to choose what type of time frame you're going to use. Does it work on the 1 minute chart? Does it work on the 30-minute chart? Does it work on the 4 hour chart, the 1 day, 3 day, 1 week? Those things can change. So the problem with moving averages is that you can change the time frame that you're using them on, and it won't work on all of the time frames. So you say, well, you just have to find the one time frame that it does work on. Well, then the argument for that is if you have to find the one time frame that it works on, then you could technically use any type of moving average time frame, any type of moving average, 50, 100, 136, 1282, doesn't matter as long as you find the right time frame. So it still balances itself out because you have to go find the right time frame that it works on. So when it comes to any type of really all kinds of crazy MAs, it's hard. It's hard. Are we still seeing the weakness in the Bitcoin dominance chart? For sure. Here, I was looking at Ethereum earlier. Now, first of all, I've been in this space for years. Crypto Dracula with the super chat. Thank you. Thank you so much. Uh, I still don't think there's been a good enough job explaining what Ethereum is. I mean, at this point, everybody should have a full, complete understanding of what Ethereum is and what the use case for it is and why it's going to be so great. I still don't get it. I still don't get it. I own Ethereum. I like the Ethereum chart. I think this chart looks awesome. I think Ethereum's going to do great. I don't get it. Someone needs to be able to explain it to me with one sentence, right? Just like because that's what's going to happen when retail investors come in. They need to understand it with one sentence. It needs to be able to click like that. XRP lever, great job, BP. Hey, Leave my pony alone. Man, altcoin charts look amazing. Bottoming range on the weekly. When that breaks out, it's going to be crazy. I think so too. I think so too. Let's see how the stock market's doing. For those who have missed it and are just tuning in, we had we had the initial jobless claims report come in at 4.427 million, which is worse than expectations of 4.2 million. Last 3 weeks, every time that happens, the stock market seems to pump on that news. Justin Dell Universitas, your exit is to fiat. How does that work with tax? Aren't you better off reinvesting in other coins? Well, you have to realize that even reinvesting in other coins is considered a taxable transaction. If you sell one coin into another coin, you're creating a taxable transaction. Now, nearly everything that I own, except for the accumulations that I've made recently, right? So I haven't held on to the stuff that I've bought within the last 4 or 5 months. I haven't been holding that for longer than a year, but really most of my portfolio I've been holding for longer than a year. So when I do sell it, I can do the long-term capital gains taxes on that rather than the short-term capital gains taxes on that. So when you're buying and flipping in between stuff, and we're talking tax bracket range, they're huge. It's a huge difference between short-term capital gains and long-term capital gains. So no, I'm more so going with the long-term hold, playing the really big cycle rather than trying to catch each little thing. And not only that, being in the bull market in 2017, it may sound like it's really easy to flip in between stuff really fast. It's not as easy as you think. Keep going for hours, BB. Harry boy, I'm gonna try, man. Connie, we are in this unknown world of speculation and we just ride it out or we get out. Exactly why we should not put in more this than we are able to do comfortably and possibly lose. Yeah, I had the same thing. I had a conversation with a family member the other day. They were texting me, asking me um, how much money they should put into the stock market. And like I kind of like told them how I have everything planned out. And they go, yeah, yeah, but if you've got what I've got, if you're going to put this much, it just became apparent they were going to put like all their cash that they had in, and it's you know, you got to do what can help you sleep at night. Whatever you can keep sleeping. Chatterley, do you expect a pump with the upcoming halving? Man, so you would think so, right? So the thing is, you would have thought that a pump would have begun already, and maybe a pump has already begun, and we're just kind of blind to realizing it, right? Is this actually a pump, right? And the second it gets up here, do you acknowledge, oh my gosh, okay, wait, it's been in a pump this whole time and never really realized it? This is the level where Stellar Lumens is struggling at right now, which Bitcoin would be at 92.20. If it gets up here, there's going to be a lot of people who are real sad down here. They will likely have to get back in up here, and then is that where we do something like that, and then we can start grinding? Brian Cookley, do you think Ethereum follows the silver chart? No. No, I mean, you may be able to see some similarities to it, but just from a time perspective, they're way off. Let's see. Oh, you want to see the long-term fractal, huh? Let's see here. Let's go over here. So yeah, we have missed our date. We have missed it, everybody. There you go. CVH plus some coffee. There you go. Me too. Now, I don't know about you guys. I actually I drink a ton of coffee every day. I drink maybe a half a pot to 3/4 of a pot of coffee every day, but I don't drink hot coffee. I drink iced coffee. I got like one of those like Yeti cups, but I've got like 10 of them, and I just put ice in them every morning and drink iced coffee all day long. Start to meditate, bro. It's better than coffee. Yeah, maybe, man. I've tried it. I mean, I know you do get pretty relaxed with meditation, but I don't got time. I don't got time. I like the nervous energy, right? All right, so that's a good question, right? The Kobayashi 1972. Are you buying back after 1326 when it retraces? I might not be. I might not be, right? Um, oh, Rocks, good morning. You know, the thing you have to think about is waiting for a clearer picture after that. You know, have you achieved a goal or anything? You know, I'm hoping that when we get up there, that's where there's enough time for me to kind of take a break in life. You know, I love doing this and all. This is great. And it's fun, but it would be nice to take a little bit of time off and just go, like we talked about, hang out in the mountains of Colorado in front of a pond with fishing and drinking some iced tea and relaxing for a while. And whether or not that is a couple of years long or not, I don't know. So I haven't decided what my life goals will be at that time after we sell, if I would even want to continue it any longer or take just kind of a prolonged break. I don't know. Let me see, I'm going up here. Thoughts on Cardano? I don't know, man. Look, I own some Cardano, and it's just got to do something. So here's the deal on Cardano, right? Here's something I do like. It's just the chart, right? You look at the chart and you say, okay, this looks like what it's supposed to do if it's supposed to go on a rocket. Like, this is it. Like, it's probably the best buy in the entire world right now. It is, but so do most alts. Most alts look like that. Christopher Priest, the non-super rich will stop buying at $1. I believe, though, most will miss the moonshot because they aren't in already. I think this happens quickly. We'll see. All right, how far are we till opening? We are 25 minutes away from the market's opening. And once again, the stock market is up on unemployment on on terrible economic data. We're at 26 million unemployed people, guys. 26 million. Let's run the numbers, right? Was there 164.6, right? 164.6 million people are in the United States workforce. Prior to all of this starting, we were at 3.5% unemployment. So that means that in the workforce, active people working in the workforce, there were 158.8 million people. And now 26 million of those 158.8 are unemployed, which means 16.4% of workers have lost their jobs so far, or they're being furloughed. So we don't have that data either, right? We don't know how many people are actually being furloughed compared to how many are straight up unemployed. But you probably assume that a lot of furloughed will eventually turn into actual unemployed. Dan the man, up on unemployment means stock market up. LOL, I guess these days. Yeah, that's how it's been the last 3 times. Right. So there you go. Wanderlust. The markets are pumping on more potential stimulus. The Fed going to print more because of the negative unemployment number. There you go. Exactly. The worse the economic data is, the more investors think the Federal Reserve will inject into the stock market. Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't, but that's the reality. And that's the message I've been trying to kind of convey. We're going to save the economy by pumping the stock market, is the idea. Gianni, what program do you use to see all of that? If you're talking about my screen, this is just tradingview.com. Terry Watkins, when you take profit, BB, what do you use it for? Quotations fiat. Like, what am I going to do with my life? Let's go back and look at Stellar. Reset that. So I don't know. It looks like Stellar did take quite a big hit right there. Let's take a look at you can look at and with over. So here you go. Overbought with a bearish divergence colliding into a resistance level. That might be the end of it. Okay. So let's just start peeking around what's going on for the day. So silver and gold are up. Yesterday we talked about gold real briefly in that live stream that I did. If gold is going to actually do something, right? So right now you don't actually know if gold is in a bull market or a bear market. But anytime we see a bubble, this is the level that always stops it on the retrace. Either you get stopped by the Fibonacci retracements, which gold has broken past all of them. So gold has broken past the 0.702 and past the 0.786, right? However, it is still being held down by that. And we can go back here and prove it that gold does certainly respond. Let's put it on the weekly time frame. Gold does respond to that 0.702 Fibonacci retracement. You can see it right there. So here, the 0.702 did stop it before it went down into the depths of terror. However, here we have gotten beyond that, right? But it needs to get beyond these levels if gold is in a bull market. Otherwise, we are literally at the moment of where everybody should be selling gold. even though the narrative is that you should be buying it. And that's usually how these things work, right? So you should be buying gold at the worst time possible. The best time I would only consider it to be okay is if it got up here. If it got up to like 1850, then you'd say, okay, well, gold isn't actually terrible. It's okay. But right now, it's the most dangerous time to go into a coin store or a bullion dealer and buy some gold while it's right up against this resistance right below 1800. JH blockchain backer just moved in. What's your collection of coins, mate? Oh boy, I couldn't even, it would take a while. I've got a lot. We are still in, Paul Zaris, we are still in extreme fear going on what, like 45 days. It's still there. It's at like a 19. Nothing has changed. Still extreme fear in the crypto market, which is positive, right? So we just keep kind of grinding to the upside and people are still fearful, which means that, the sellers are sold. Brock, Jolly World, what's going on? Bank of America called for a 3K gold a couple of days ago. Like, here's the deal. If gold sets new all-time highs, there's no way I would sell it at 3K. Yeah, so leave my pony alone. I think the halving pump already happened and it was the 14K pump. I might agree with you on that. I might agree. They just front ran it a year ahead of time, right? That was this. But which would that okay, but so it's like, okay, well, that would be bad news if we were living in that moment right then, but we're way beyond that. We're a year past that time now. So what have we seen with the Bitcoin block having in the past? And it's that you get your pre-pump, then you get your dump, and then once the halving actually happens and they don't have the Bitcoins to be able to dump on the market every day. Like right now they get 12 and a half every block, and then they'll only get 6.25 every block. They don't have as much to be able to dump on it every day, and we just watch the grind up. And maybe that's where we're at right now, right? Um, you would think after the halving, there probably will be a quick little dump because there's going to be some speculators that got into it just for the sake of being in it, leading into the block halving, and then they'll let go of it the second the block halving is over. But we'll see, right? We still have 18 days to be able to pump higher to see what that dump would look like. I experienced gains says, wow, you panic sold. A lot of people panic sold a couple months ago. I wouldn't give anybody a hard time for panic selling because that was the general, I believe that happened to a ton of people in here. I don't know where people were getting this 8 cent idea on XRP. I still don't understand where they were getting 8 cents from. How many minutes until opening? Okay, we're now 15 minutes away from market opening. Maybe this was just, we'll see, man. I will see. That I mean, gosh, 26 million unemployed, stock market's up. Yeah, I mean, I look, I know that in the XRP community, it's favorable to talk bad about Bitcoin, and it's just like Bitcoin talks bad about XRP. I don't really care. Bitcoin's its own thing. There's no comparison. It's its own thing, and people, like it or not, Bitcoin is the branding of cryptocurrency. When mom and dad or grandpa decide it's time to buy some cryptocurrencies, it's going to be likely some Bitcoin. Sport Billy 77, what do you think of silver mine stocks? I have no clue. I do see they've broken out into new highs, but if you're talking about like buying it, I mean, you're buying a green candle, which is not what I do. And that's why I catch so much flack on this channel, right? I talk about me buying red ones, and they're like, no, you're ridiculous. But the reality is, I buy red ones. I don't buy green ones. So I do know that my silver mining stocks are up, but it doesn't. For me, it's like you okay. So yeah, you missed the move. The people who bought it at the bottom did great. Yeah, they did awesome. But if you're wanting to buy it after it's broken out and it's much higher, I don't know. I don't know. It's scary. Paul Zuris, when does XRP decouple from Bitcoin? Or rather, when does utility get factored into the XRP price? Well, the decoupling from Bitcoin is just going to be whenever the Bitcoin dominance starts to kind of crack. It's whenever Bitcoin maximalists kind of lose their faith. That would be the decoupling. So Golden Lionheart, Bitcoin is the branding because it's the number one in market cap. Once it drops to number two, it will shortly drop like 10 and thereafter. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I think Bitcoin is going to lose the number one spot just by looking at the Bitcoin dominance chart. I have forecasted that the Bitcoin dominance chart will fall down to 15%. Would coins, particularly XRP and Ethereum, take over those two spots above Bitcoin? Probably. Bitcoin has a lot of threats to it that just straight up get ignored. The whole Satoshi Nakamoto thing is a big giant risk. Huge giant risk. And it really just gets brushed off like it's nothing. But it's a huge risk. You have no idea if that's a government. What if that's a government? What if that's the Russian government, the Chinese government, North Korea, United States? What if it's a government? You have no clue. And what would happen if that turned out to be the case? So there's huge risks, and I assume something like that would come out. And regarding so like the only use case really right now for Bitcoin is the whole store of value thing, right? I own some Bitcoin, right? I hope my Bitcoin goes up in value. Let me state that first. I own Bitcoin. I hope it goes up in value. I'd love to sell my Bitcoin and become a millionaire one day. That'd be great. Um, the argument of storing a store of value, well, we know that it can't do transactions very fast. And we saw during the last bull run how expensive it got to do a transaction. It was like $25 to $50 to do a transaction. So, when Bitcoin was $20,000, it costed like $50 to send Bitcoin. You bought $100 worth of Bitcoin, you lost half of it by doing the transaction, paying transaction fees. What happens if, the price goes up high or something, and then it does come out, who is Satoshi Nakamoto? Who's really it? Who's the person who has over 1 million Bitcoins? Then what? Does the store of value argument still work when you find out who owns the biggest bag and who's the actual original creator of it? Oh boy, what going on there? Here I am just rambling. What do we have going on here? Are we going to catch a pump live? Oh, man, come on, do it. I don't think we've ever caught one in a live stream. Hey, let's go over to Coinbase. That's where we're going to watch this at. We're not going to watch it on Bitstamp. We're going to watch it on Coinbase. Oh, look at that. Lord Jim, I just want to thank you everything you do here. If it wasn't for your channel and your work, I would not have bought any XRP 6 months ago. Good or bad, good or bad. Well, thanks for being here, Lord Jim. Yeah, we're on the 1 minute chart, guys. Yes, we are. Drink some coffee, get going. I'm feeling good, guys. How long am I into this thing at this point? We just hit an hour, right? Oh, I'm feeling good. We're chilling. I think I'll be feeling a lot better if this thing keeps going up. 1928, right? So if we went to Stellar's pricing, oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Rocket ships and Lambos, guys. Let's do it. Members, hit those rocket ships. That's what they're here for, in case we caught this moment. You guys have those emotes. Here, do I even have the ability to hit those emotes? Can I do it? I can. There we go. Look at it go. We got a long ways to go, though, boys and girls. Woo! All right. Oh, man, it's still going. All right, I'm going to put it on the 5 minute chart, guys. I know the 1 minute chart's fun, but here we go. There's the fiver. Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. We got levels to clear, though. We got levels to clear. Let's go back to the 1 minute chart. That's more fun. We have a long ways to go, though, guys. If we do, but like we say, if we do what Stellar did, we'd go to 24.5. Here we go. Is this type of stuff the stuff that draws in the people that sold at 15 cents? I don't know. Oh, yeah, look at all those rocket ships. Drew DeRucco, when Decent Moon, when Honda, when Toyota Camry. Mark Hartford, can this break 50 cents today? I doubt it. I doubt it. I think we're just looking to get to 24.5 right now. Oh, look at all those rocket ships and moons. There we go. When is the last time we've gotten to do something like that in here? When rent payment? When March's rent payment? All right, so let's see here. But you know, one thing is going to happen. I'm going to have to take like a 3-minute break here in a second, guys. If I'm going to be hanging out here all day, I think I'm going to have to like set a standard that I have to like take 3-minute breaks to like go to the restroom and stuff. All right, here we go. 1-minute chart. Let's go again. Who doesn't love a 1-minute chart? All right, so let's see if did Bitcoin do the same thing? No, it didn't. So that was just XRP doing its own thing. Let's go back to Coinbase. There we go. Don't stop me now. How long you stream is how high it goes. Yeah. If we kept going in an uptrend, I'd never stop. We'd keep going into the night, but something tells me we'll probably only make it a couple hours. All right, so what? Have we opened? The stock market hasn't opened yet. So there we go. So there's our 5-minute candle. Really, I got to peek at the stock market first real quick. Okay, so we're opening in 3 minutes. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break. I know viewership will fall off while I do it. That's fine. I'll be 2 minutes max. Be right back. All right, I'm back. All right. See, Lawrence Howe, he says buying more now. See, that scares me. So like just kind of talking on that, right? So a lot of people see these green candles and they want to buy into these green candles. That terrifies me, right? So I hope I could show you guys how I remain consistent on like I like to buy in the red. That way when the green candles happen, I'm already on the ride. It's nice to see some green finally. It definitely is. Let's see if we can keep going though, right? So I mean, when we look at this move, we need a breakout. Right, Harry boy, yep, never buying the green unless it's just started, right? So right, so a lot of people could be buying this and it could do a pullback real quick, right? See what stocks are doing. Here we go. Stock market's open, right? All right. What do we have? Oil up. Oil stocks up. That's delayed. That's yesterday's data. Silver up. Down after opening though. Dow Jones 77. So it's not like breaking out at the opening. It just has that little pre-pump, that pre-unemployment pump, that bad unemployment data pump. All right, back to XRP. There you go. How many people bought up here? Timax, what is the resistance area for XRP? Well, we have a ton of them. This whole area is going to be a resistance, but sometimes other coins give you the heads up. So I talked about that a couple of days ago, that the concern that I have right now is we haven't seen any coins really pumping into oblivion yet. Normally you start seeing some S coins start to really go, and that kind of gives you a heads up on what's coming next in the market. So like, let's look at Ethereum though. Ethereum's been doing something. What has Ethereum been doing? Where has it gotten to? Now, Ethereum is still trapped under here, but you could see that Stellar Lumens has led the pack potentially. And Stellar and XRP usually move together on the same day, right? But Stellar's gotten all the way up to the March 7th highs. So this level right here was the resistance. You can see that. Once it broke out, it went up to the next resistance level. So for XRP, we are still underneath that resistance right there. So see it right here. Still way below it, and then the next resistance level would be right there. So we still have a ways to go to get there. But from a percentage standpoint, if it was going to do the same thing as Stellar Lumens, you're looking at 26% to the upside. Let's go back to the Coinbase chart. There we go, regained that little pullback. So, I mean, there's just a ton of resistances on the way up, but you have to think, okay, but where's the real big major ones? The major ones are going to be right there, right there. But if we're wanting the real market cycle, we need to clear all of them. But again, usually things don't move in a straight line, except for XRP sometimes, right? I mean, look at this straight line back here. Where are we? I think this is a 2-day pump, a 300% move, 200, 300% increase. Oh, it's not on this chart. It's on the other one. Right there. That was 3 days. Um, we may consolidate here for a little while. Man, it would have been so nice to just go on a moon mission on this live stream. That would have been cool. There goes the Dow. Unemployment. Terrible unemployment. Let's pump it. Tom, do you use a hardware wallet, and is it recommended to buy one? I love your content. Keep it up. All right, so yes, I do use a hardware wallet, and it's because I've been around this block for a long time. Some of the biggest exchanges used to be Poloniex and Bittrex, and I got to experience that with those exchanges. That Poloniex locked my funds up one time. It became a nightmare to get it. They required like whatever it was, all that compliance stuff, the KYC stuff, in order to release my money. So they locked it up. And Bittrex did the same thing. So I don't trust any exchanges. They will hold your money hostage with no moment's notice. So keeping your money on the exchanges puts you at threat to being able to pass whatever kind of tests they have. So if you're okay with potentially having them take your money away from you and not let you have it back, then keep it on the exchanges. But if and I'm telling you, if you've never had it happen to you, you be sure it will happen to you one day. And then, I'm not saying that those exchanges would do it, but in like 2017, how many exchanges just went off and ran with money? And then when Binance did its thing, right when about a year ago right now, when Binance had its thing and they locked up funds for a week or two, people were all being super friendly and lovey-dovey with CZ Binance on Twitter because they were terrified they weren't going to get their money back. Well, here we go again. Casey, is $100 XRP an unrealistic sell point in your opinion? I would never hold all of it until that point. I wouldn't plan on it. I mean, you can maybe hold a percentage of it, hoping to get that. No problem, Tom. Yeah, so XLM, you can't put it on Ledger Live, right? That's something I haven't liked about Stellar as well. Yeah, Stuart, there you go. All this time we thought it was a bear market, but XRP was just holding out for a 20,000 subscriber live stream for a moonshot. And you know what? I need to do this because I said I was going to do it earlier, but I had to hold off on it because we had a lot going on. We had the unemployment coming out in 2 minutes, and I had to make sure we covered that. So I need to thank the backers, hodlers, and whales of this channel for supporting me because it's important to acknowledge you because you keep me going too. I appreciate it. That's going to be Lord Jim, Shane Wilson, Wigmapool, Susie Kusia, Dual Citizen, David Devine, Mr. VH, Iosif Marius Dumitru, Linda Lepanen, Christopher Go, Dustin Deo, Paul Zaris, Stuart Given, Chris Long, Doc Gold, Bobby D, Keep Food Fresher Longer, Peter Fangle, John Bushland, Corey SPR89, Forrest Rawl, Brian White, Eric Turwin, Vlad Ponzar, Drew DeRocco, Nelson Diaz, Sean Bizzle, Stuart McCluskey, Mojo, The Rukatals, Cinetic, Crypto Dracula, Mega Marklar, Frankly, Freaky Biggles, XRP Aussie, Stuffin' Things 99, Jason Nance, Arthur DeVrome, One Frog Boy One, Kim Schneider, Sunny, Jana Thompson, Jim Marquardt, I am K1R, Ryan Mitchell, OO Rocks, Owen, Matic, Pogorelic, Mike Palumbo, Colorful Crypto, John Bransford, Austin Powers, Mr. DYOR, Damien, the Crypto D, SS396, Jonas Backman, JCR Central, and the new one of today, Vengeful Twinkie. Vengeful Twinkie. Thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Has XLM gone up another level? Still there, but yeah, it did pop, didn't it? Can it get through? Move that up just a little bit, just for the heck of it. So where's Stellar's retracement level? That would be the big one. That would be the mega. Back over to XRP though, right? Here we go. I can't believe we're looking at the 1 minute chart, right? But the RSI on the 1 minute time frame has cooled off. Ready for another move to the upside. What's the volume looking like? Let's take a look, right? That's important. It's not bad. Let's take a look at it. Not bad. So I don't know, it needs to hold, right? So we saw declining volume leading into this, and that's what you usually see. We see the declining volume on this sell down. There was no volume to sell it down. It ran out of sellers. Man, we've got a lot of people discussing certain coins in the chat today. The live stream is sharp on my phone, but blurry on my TV. Strange. Maybe check the settings that you have in YouTube on your TV. I don't know. So I was looking at something on Stellar too, right? So just kind of like on the 4 hour time frame. That looked familiar to me. Let's get this. Here we go. Let's see that. Am I blind? Am I just visualizing that? Christopher Priest, what happened? I've been gone for 40 minutes. We got a big move. We're going to see if we're going to keep going. Yeah, good job, mods. I've had to get a couple of them myself too. All day live stream. We'll see. I'm feeling good right now. It's probably just going to be a slow stream. It's just going to be kind of a hangout stream. I know normally we come in here and I try to keep them at like an hour and I do like a huge information overload in the first 20 minutes and then we just keep going. But I'm trying to keep it real chill today. And that way we can kind of just hang out, especially if we get some kind of pump. We'll find out though, right? Looking at the 1 minute chart, it's kind of ridiculous, I know, but when we're doing a stream, so we got some decent wicks up here on XRP. Matthew Helving. Pulling an all-dayer, you're an essential worker, one Sammy-san. I don't know if it's going to be an all-dayer, man, but definitely in the morning. It's only, it's early. I can't tell you, man, when I put together that petrodollar video yesterday, it really took it out of me. On this channel, I don't do a whole lot of stuff where I'm like reading, but I was just like, okay, we need to kind of go into this petrodollar stuff. I saw a lot of stuff getting tons of likes talking about the petrodollar. I saw one post by somebody had 1,000 likes on it, and it was saying something like the U.S. wants to get off of the petrodollar or something, and it was just kind of like it was like, okay, wait, this is all wrong. Everything about this was wrong. You know, if America is going to go to a full nationalist state, then yeah, they might want to get off the dollar as a world reserve currency. Paul Zares, charting question. When you run a fib retracement based on the last XRP high in Feb to the low in March, do you draw the low to the wick or take it to the lowest close? Okay, I take it to the wick, but you got to be careful on how you're doing it. If you pick illiquid exchanges, like if you chose like Poloniex or something, right? There's no liquidity on those exchanges, so the price can go down to a penny or up to $20 or anything, but there was no real volume mixed in that, so that they can be crazy. So using things, that's why I really kind of like using that charts.cointrader.pro. It's going to take the data that comes off of coin market cap, or when I'm doing XRP, I'll be looking at the Bitstamp chart or on the Coinbase chart. Coinbase is probably going to be your best one for doing shorter term Fibonacci retracements. The only problem with the Coinbase chart is Coinbase didn't start having XRP on their exchange until here, just a little bit over a year ago. So you only have about a year of data on here. But Coinbase is probably going to be your best one. So right, doing it on here, this is pretty. This is how I would do it. I would do the entire wick. So while we may find resistance up here, I'd expect the price to go at least to 27 cents before we could say, oh boy, what's going on now? Now, obviously, last time we didn't even get that. I think we got a 50% retrace out of the last one, right? Yeah, so we got a 50% retracement out of the last move. And that's to the edge of the wick, right? You can see how perfectly that wick hit right there. So see, we come down here to the perfect to the wick, and then you can see it even wicked up and perfectly nailed it right there. I don't know, it looks good to me. It looks real good to me. See, I was getting stuffed right here underneath this 0.5, even going down straight to the wick. Oh yeah, that's what I should do. CVH. I should bring her in here and make her get on the mic when I have to step away. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make it real weird. Christopher Priest, if the dollar crashes XRP moons and you want to get out of XRP market but not sell, what would you exchange your XRP for? Oh man, this is going to be I get asked this question in pretty much multiple times in every live stream that you could see it. There's going to be a lot of people who are just not gonna sell. They're just going to stay in it. You got to go to the dollar. That's what I'm doing. I will go to the dollar. I will go into that crashed dollar, expecting that dollar to rise back up from the ashes. PTW, you want to come in here and say hi to them? Y'all want to put her on the spot? Let's go back to the 1 minute. Will the Bitcoin halving affect the XRP price? Potentially. If it's good enough for you, BCP, good enough for me. Here, let's call her PTW. Come here. Am I yelling in my mic? Is it happening? Here you go. Come sit down. Come chat. Here we go. She's being put on the spot. Have fun. So what you want to do is you want to analyze that chart that you're looking at right there.
Analyze it. Okay. We've got green candles and Fibonacci retracements. And I'm going to pass it back.
She panicked. We're just having fun, right? If this thing's going to last a long time, I'm going to have to be humorous a little bit along the way. Why is everything pumping? People always want to get a news reason for that, right? It could have just technically been time. We'll see if it gets out. Do a quick recap. There is no real recap. This live stream is just kind of me hanging out. I mean, the real recap of this thing is A, the stock market's up based on terrible economic data, most likely people expecting the Federal Reserve to continue pumping the stock market. Employment down, pump stock market. Or unemployment up. Yeah, so employment down, unemployment up. Yeah, that's how it works, right? All right, so Bitcoin's getting a little bit of a move, huh? Let's take a look at you, Bitcoin. What you doing? Yeah, guys, I know if you're just tuning in, you see me looking at these 1 minute charts. This is not something I normally do. It's only I'm just watching it. I would never trade anything or buy anything based on the 1 minute chart. It's just because we're live and we're having some fun. Don't ever trade the 1 minute chart. I'm just telling you. Yeah, don't ever. Yeah, we're getting lots of breakouts, aren't we? How's the total our altcoin market cap doing? Brett Schmidt, no, I don't have any opinion on that. On Miguel Valles leaving, we don't know the story. Nobody knows. Everybody, you'll see probably. I've already seen a lot of it, right? Everybody's trying to spin it positively, right? Oh, the job is done. There's no way to know really what happened there until Ripple comes out and says something. We can all speculate. Chris Priest, I've got a 3.5 hour drive. Keep me entertained. Oh boy. All right. Keep your eyes on the road and just listen to my silky smooth voice. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Hans Hoth. Okay, here's my prediction: a $1 XRP by June 22nd. Man, we've all been waiting. June 22nd. You're buying yourself a ton of time now. You bought yourself 2 months. And then you can just add 2 more months at that. So man, sorry, you have to do better than that, bro. How do you exit from the ledger if exchanges are frozen? Well, every exchange would have to be frozen, right? I'm pretty sure you could find something that's not. The longer you talk, the less the honey to-do list gets done. Keep it. Yeah, CVH. Sometimes, I mean, who knows? What if he just quit? What if he was tired of it? You don't know. What if he wasn't doing his job good? What if he had an argument? What if he did insubordination? Or what if he got offered something better from another company? So we can all create the story of the job is done and it's time for him to move on because job complete, success. That's just a narrative we complete until we get a story. Am I worried about the Ripple or YouTube lawsuit? No, not at all. The 1 hour about to close. Yeah, here we go. Can we, yeah, so like the 1 hour, right? So can we close at the top? We're going to go back over to Coinbase. I don't like looking at that small of a time frame on Bitstamp. The Ripple YouTube lawsuit thing is kind of a good thing. I don't know. It's hit or miss on if it's good or bad. First of all, nobody should be. Let me speak from personal experience. It's terrible that people get scammed. There are people who impersonate me and email people in the comments section of my videos and scam them. There are people who pretend to be me. It's terrible. It has to stop. Um, but I don't know if Ripple doing that is positive or price action on anything, right? So I don't know how to interpret that in regards to a speculative opinion on pricing of Ripple's value or of XRP's value. But there's no doubt it needs to stop. People get scammed left and right. And let's just touch on that, right, guys? Ain't nobody is gonna send you back free money if you send them money first, okay? Nobody. And I would never send you an email like that. And if it's from Joe Schmo at yahoo.com emailing you, the only email that I have is blockchainbacker at Gmail. And I don't even use it. I don't even check it. See if XLM's done anything else or if it's just stayed there. I mean, you have to assume this is telling us the story of where we're going too. And also, how long did this take to play out, right? But wow, look at that. Oh man, we can only dream right now, can't we? Maybe we'll just go in a straight line like XRP normally does. Jerry Vasily, hey BB, no one has my back. Man, I'm sorry. Harry boy, I sent you an IM on Twitter and silence. I'm sorry, man. You know what? It's not here's what happens. It goes into a separate thing. It goes into this message requests thing, and I don't check the message request things very often. And then sometimes I get in there and I check stuff. I haven't checked it in weeks, but I'll get in there and I'll see somebody has messaged me, and then they'll message me again, and then at the end they'll say, "Hey, thanks for nothing," and I'm like, "Oh, geez, man, I didn't even know you messaged me." Um, Blockchain backer, how are you going to go about paying taxes after the bull run? Very simple. I am praying that I can just sell everything on Coinbase. And Coinbase provides all that tax information that you could need. That's what I hope. Here we go. The candle on the hourly closed green. Let's look. Here we go. Yeah, well, here we go. 19.5 up. Come on. Wait, no, we want Coinbase. I keep doing this. I'm sorry, guys. I need to add it to the list, right? See, Coinbase hasn't broken out yet. Nice green days, friends. Enjoy. It is nice to have a green day. Holy moly. And for XRP to be one of the ones on the top of the list and Stellar Lumens. Not that I really care about Stellar Lumens. I think I have maybe 1,000 lumens, maybe. Harry boy, I like to dream and get in my bubble of XRP going to the moon. Yeah, I mean, it's a weekly thing. My daughter comes in here and asking about, do we have the green line yet, Daddy? Not yet, baby girl, but it's coming. What are we going to do when the green line happens? I'm not going to work anymore. Oh my gosh. We can play all day. Yes, honey. Top investment bankers have predicted XRP Ripple to move to the #1 position in the year 2020. Yeah, that's a pretty broad statement, but the blockchain backer predicts that too. Wow, Zach, do I sound like a 45-year-old male? There's people who think I'm like a teenager. Dual citizen, I'm 45. Sound beautiful, BB. Thank you. I sound 25 tops. That's cool. That's cool. Peter, how long until silver hits the year eye? Who knows, man? Who knows? Silver, like, right, that's a much slower moving market, right? Very hard. I could not even begin to tell you. Here we go. Silver, who knows? Who knows? It's the silver to gold ratio is so ridiculous right now, and is gold topping right now? Don't know. But one thing I do know is XRP is on its way up. Let me do those rocket ships. God, members, go, go. Da, 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 da. And Lambo, 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 Lambo. All right, are we doing it? What are we doing here? What are we doing? I wish YouTube was not. I know on Twitch you can play whatever kind of music you want, but YouTube will have things. I wouldn't mind playing some music right now. I know there's royalty-free music and stuff like that. I've never done any research on that, but don't stop. Here, we'll just do singing. Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. Having the ball. So yeah, what did Bitcoin break out to? Let's take a look. Yeah. Well, it's Stellar. Did Stellar get out to another level? It's getting close, right? So I mean, that's signs we want to see, right? We want to see Stellar keep going. There we go. We're at an hour and 46, ladies and gentlemen. That is the new record for longest blockchain backer live stream. Let's see if that guy is still driving his car right now. And I'm talking to you while you're driving your car. Need to be awake. Keep those eyes straight forward for that 3.5 hour ride. Take a look around. Hopefully it's a beautiful day where you're at. And here I am coming through your radio. Fiat leak looks good. Have you done an exit video on this BB? Many times. Many, many times. The last time I did an exit video, it was people got a little mad at it. How dare you? It's when the sentiment was really bad. The sentiment is still pretty bad. Um, it's not as bad, but here we go. I mean, I would think if XRP goes to 24 or 25 cents right now, those people who sold at 15 cents, they're going to start feeling it. Start feeling it pretty good. And we might see the sentiment swing back. Zach, I'm thinking, who is driving? Man, have you not been outside, man? There's still cars out there like crazy. This whole thing being closed down, I don't, I haven't, I mean, yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff's closed, but there's cars out there like crazy, including me. I get out there almost every day, out into the wild. Volume on XRP. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, not huge volume on coin. This is Bitstamp. Jeez, I'm sorry, guys. It's gonna be like that the whole stream. Buckle in. Okay, yeah, there's some volume for sure. Look at that. Oh, Coinbase, you're so beautiful. Paul Zaras, your live streams are so much more enjoyable than reading my XRP Twitter feed. Twitter is such a train wreck. Oh my gosh, man, I know. Twitter is so painful to look at now. There is so much political nonsense and conspiracy theory nonsense for people to justify themselves. It's gotten completely unbearable. Crypto Twitter has become political Twitter. It's terrible. Terrible. So where are we going? So let's see. I'll put it up here where our resistance levels are, right? Just our temporary ones. All right, so you see where we're at. This is a pretty big deal to get through here. Let's get the volume off. Just from a short-term perspective, right? So it would be nice to break out higher than here. There is the chance that's the end of that. But we can get through there. Then we've got all kinds of things we could see. We say that's goodbye. Got a long ways to go, guys. Yeah, and it's taking a ding here for sure. How's Stellar doing? Stellar's still okay. Oh, today's the NFL draft, huh? I didn't even know they're still doing that. Maybe make the numbers on the right bigger. Man, I know. Here you go, guys. Is that what y'all? Is that better for y'all? There we go. You still probably can't read that, huh? How about that? Is that better? Oh, it's so tough on me, but I know it's not about me. It's about you guys. Can y'all read that better? Here we go. We're back on XRP. Peter. Could you please name the numbers instead of here and there? Some people are just listening without seeing the screens. Thanks. I know. I know. It's a terrible habit. It's hard. I'm sorry. Check the silver to dollar ratio. Yeah, I know. I know. I don't think that's true though. Whatever it says, it's like $2,000 per ounce of silver. I don't think so. I would dump all my silver at 600 if it ever got there. I'd dump it all. I don't think 2,000. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add it over here so we just stop this nonsense. Add it over here. And we'll put an orange tag on it so we always know. Well, Olaf, price will crash hard, believe me, but we will go lower than 10 cents. I know, man, that's what people have been saying since 12, 13, 14, 15 cents, but it's kept rising. So I didn't see all those people calling for 8 and 10 cents saying it was going to go up to 20 cents first. They were selling at 15 saying it was going to 8. I don't know why they didn't sell at 20 before it went to 8. So that whole narrative is it's kind of struggling. Yeah, so Luke R or Luck R on July 9th, 2016, Bitcoin did a run before the halving. Is this the movement going to be a repeat of that moment? It's possible, right? It's possible. Let's look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin fired. Bitcoin's doing its thing. Still under resistance. But if it went to the same level like at Stellar Lumens, right, we can kind of get an idea of where Stellar's at. Right up here, 9,000, $9,000 Bitcoin. Miguel Sparta, XRP, Bitcoin chart, Dell, LOLO, dead, LOLO. Well, because you're probably a troll. Why are you not looking at me and ignoring me? Well, you're on my radar. 2 months till we take off. I mean, anybody could do that, right? Anybody can come in here and say, "Hey, 2 months." That's what half of Twitter is. Half of Twitter is riddlers calling for 2 months from right now. So you doing that, and then you'll just disappear in 2 months. So I can't take what you say serious. Um, and all those Bitcoin charts, doesn't matter which one it is, unreadable. Altcoin over Bitcoin. The only thing you can do is look at that and say that's getting ready to go. You have a 0.702 retracement. Ready to rock. Simpsons is always predictive. Yeah, I mean, the Simpsons are scary, right? So I've always loved the Simpsons my whole life. The amount of predictions that they've made come true, or it's terrifying, isn't it? Cinder Cinder. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. I'm sure I am. How do you think the block halving will affect the XRP price? It will probably bring the price up. Yeah, The Simpsons, I mean, talking like 9/11, Trump becoming president and destroying the budget, and what else? I mean, there's a huge thing they've got a list. If people have compiled these videos, it's crazy. Matt Groening has a looking glass. Yeah, no, I'm a huge Simpsons fan. I'm sure you guys may have seen it when I posted a picture of me on Twitter. I think the first time I did it, because I knew I was going to be releasing that Rapper Stacker channel to do coin roll hunting. And in the background of my picture, I have a bunch of animation cells on the background, and there are Simpsons cells. Um, back in the day when they used to make cartoons, they used to draw them on paper and then paint them onto clear pieces of paper, and it'd be like a flip book moving really fast, and that's how cartoons were done. Now they're all done on computers. But I have some of those original cells, those flip book pictures with paint, in the background on there of the Simpsons. That's my favorite all-time cartoon. How many coincidences before it's mathematically impossible? Right? I mean, it's beyond it. Right now becomes the theory of this: is the Simpsons an extension of the government? Right? Is that the grooming mechanism that's used to kind of prepare people? All right, so what, we're at 74 now, huh? 7,400 Bitcoin and still going. It's all programming for our minds, dual citizen. Maybe so, man. Who knows? 7450 XRP, what are you doing? Oh, there, we want this one, right? Yeah, I got it all figured out now. Oil, wow, look at oil go. Mind you guys, okay, the stock market is up 240 points today, and we've gotten another 4. 427 million people unemployed, above forecast again. So every single time the unemployment numbers come out way worse than expected, the stock market pumps. Here we go. What are you doing here? Sorry, the trading view must be overloaded right now. Bitcoin's up to 75.60, and I can't get trading view to load. Brian White, you know you have to live stream every morning at the same time now that there's green on the board. Good luck, budda. Oh man, boy. Oh man, look at this. We can't even watch it because TradingView is so broken. We're almost at 20 cents for XRP. Oh my gosh. Can we look at this? Bitcoin's at 77.35. Here we go. We can at least look at that. Wow. Look at it go, guys. It's just straight up broken. There we go. Here we go. We're working. There we go, guys. There we go. We got it. Oh, look at that. Let's get all these moving averages off of here. Can you guys read this okay? Boy, I wish I could be zoomed out more, but if you guys can read it, this is for you. Hopefully you guys could read all this stuff over here on the side now. Let's see, Bulmers super chatted. Hey BB, can you give your thoughts on the petrodollar? Well, I made a big video on it yesterday. It was a 30-minute long video on the petrodollar. It was exhausting. That's I kind of, I tried to stay as not put my opinions into it as much as possible because I don't know. I don't know. It's just too much of a coincidence that oil started crashing back in January and all this stuff happens, right? What the first case of all this stuff happened like December 28th, oil's crashing January 8th, oil continues crashing, stock market follows along with it. It all leads back to all this. If you guys can't realize that, it all leads back to the United States dollar not being the world reserve currency any longer. I don't know. Mark Brown with the rocket ships. I know. I'm just so thrilled that, yesterday I said, hey, we're going to do a live stream. We do it, and we're getting some price action during the live stream. Exciting, right? Oh, X Stellar Lumens broke above even higher, too. Oh, that's lovely. I mean, that's just a good sign, right? So I like to look to other stuff too to see, hey, are we going to there too? And Stellar Lumens is now getting way up there. So Stellar Lumens broke past the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level, which for XRP, that would get us above 25.8 if we followed the similar stuff going on there. Bitcoin, what are you doing? Where are you at? Bitcoin approaching 0.618. So XRP is still lagging. So if XRP wanted to just catch up with the market, get up here in the 22 to 24 cent region. And then one Refrican with a $10 super chat. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm grateful for you. Thank you. I see you're an Austin fan. Oh, at Josh P. Okay, I don't know what that is. Wigmapool 182 at BC. Can you say hi to my wife? She is watching with me. Hello, Amanda, and welcome to the Blockchain Backer live stream, where whenever we have a live stream, the markets always go on rocket ship rampages to the upside. I wish. Yeah, I lost my stuff. I lost my stuff. Coinbase. All right, so let's look here, right? Retracement level. Okay, it's looking good. I mean, it cleared it. Yeah, it's getting knocked down, but it did clear it. It wasn't like the actual Fibonacci retracement level knocked it. It's Cypher. Could you also say hi to me? Hi. Hello. Wigmapool. You're welcome. Thank you guys, man. It's like free to say hi. Hi. Thanks for tuning in. Terry Lowry, love the stream. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I mean, seriously. I mean, there's 468 people in here. It's nuts. 20,000 subscribers. It's nuts. DXY is on the way down. Let's go take a peek. Yeah, we'll see. It didn't break it, didn't make a lower low, right? So still higher highs and higher lows. Cypher, you watch every day. Thank you. Say hi to me, Eddie D. What's going on? EXP gains. What's going on? Sarah. Alpha 100. Highs are free. Matthew Helvey, could you please do a long live stream more often, sir? You're the reason we're pumping. Oh man. Uh, I couldn't ask for anything better. Pure luck that it happened at this time. Charles H., I celebrate 9 years on Bitcoin halving date. Pretty cool. That is very cool, man. Living the good life. Congratulations. XLM. I got it at 18. So here we go. So here's the deal, right? So these are the things I talk about, right? So now that it's been a month and a half since we've had the capitulation moment, right? I want everybody to just kind of think back right here, right up in this zone is where people were incredibly bearish right now. Now people get incredibly bullish, but I'd like to point this out every time. This is where you get concerned. If you wanted to be a bear, this is where you would do it. This is where retracements are done. This is where the decision gets made on, is this market going bullish, or is this the final drawing in FOMO? So for like Stellar Lumens, all the major resistance is right in there. If this market is going to continue lower, this is where you would become a huge bear. Everybody who was a bear down here was an emotional bear. They took so much pain that they got out saying that the pain will never stop and will keep going lower. Now those same people who sold Stellar at 3.5 are now buying it at 6.5 cents. So the price has gone up almost 100%. This is the danger zone to become a bull on Stellar Lumens right here. If you weren't on the train already, Buying in here is incredibly, incredibly dangerous. If it breaks out of here and it wants to keep on going, well, then we have something different going on. But people forget that I tell them this, and then if the price ever goes lower, it just completely forgets, their mind forgets about the fact that I warn of this. This is not where you become bullish on stellar lumens. This is where you become fearful on stellar. If it breaks higher, then you become excited. So now I'm not saying that I have this big arrow here like that's going to happen. I have no idea if that's going to happen or not. But this right here, guys, we talk about this all the time. It's in the intro of my videos, the 0.702 Fibonacci retracement level. That's where it's almost at. So it needs to clear through here. And then still, I don't ever think of it as like pure fact that it's going bullish just because that level gets taken out. You need to take out the next one too. You need to take out the 786. The thing is that 782 kills so much stuff. It's just like it's got a sword in it that just chops heads off when it gets to it. So it needs to get cleared through there as the first big sign and then continue going beyond that. Look at us, we're actually talking about like technicals for the first time in this 2 hour and 11-minute stream. So if XRP was to get to similar levels as Stellar Lumens is right now, it's got a ways to go. It'd be 26 cents to get to the same spot as Stellar. How you doing, Bitcoin? The Ruticals, does breaking past that zone mean close a candle above or just touching it? Well, you breaking beyond it, right? Even just wicking up here, you'd still probably expect some consolidation to happen at that point. But usually, okay, if we are just doing a retrace, we will see this all the time. Bam! It gets just hard rejected from right there. And when you see that hard rejection come in right there, uh, you're kind of getting the story told to you. So you can get more optimism when you start seeing it break above and wick above at least. It wasn't a hard rejection. Now let's say it comes up to like right here, right? Like right there, and then it comes down. Still dangerous, still dangerous. But getting up here and then messing around, that's a good sign. How do you add the 702? It's easy. So just get your Fibonacci. So it's going to look like this, right? You see this pitchfork thing right over here? Change that to fib retracement. Throw your fib down. And then double click on the actual, just any line on this fib. You can click on the numbers, the lines, doesn't matter. Just double click on the thing. And then down here, I change one of these numbers down here and make it 0.702, hit the check mark, hit OK, and then now you'll have that included in there. So let's go back to XRP. So pretty exciting morning. Good time to be live. So like Neil McCallion, I'm not going to pick on you here. I just want to show this kind of sentiment, right? XLM is up 20%. Maybe we're in the wrong one. So the sentiment is the price is up, but no one's really paying attention to that, right? That's the big thing. Is this the end of Stellar? So the excitement is surrounding around Stellar right now. The optimism is around Stellar. The pump is around Stellar. And it's not about this is the danger zone. So you guys will see that, when the price is really suppressed down here, I'm real bullish. I'm like, oh man, this thing has been wrecked. Um, I'm bullish. I'm buying. The price is going to grind up. Then we get the full retrace, and you notice the psychological effects of when you approach that 0.702. Not just you, it's a lot of people, right? It's like, oh man, I mean, how many people in this live stream just bought Stellar today? Um, that right there, that shows the psychological impact of why were you not buying when it was 3 cents or 2.5 cents, as you could see down here, but willing to buy the retrace level of this almost 7 cent price. There's just a psychological thing. I don't know how to explain it. It's really wild. But hey, we still have a long ways to go on XRP, right, before we get anywhere near there. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you guys my line of thought right there. So that's where I become nervous. I know you guys say, not you guys, but 20,000 people, right? You have 20,000 people and you have 50 people who hate me, who hate my guts. And so their voices are really loud, right? They comment on everything. The second I upload a video, they'll thumbs down it. And the most common thing is, how dare you be bullish when the price is lower? But the danger is being super bullish when the price rises like that. When the price is suppressed, buy the red, sell the green. Don't sell the red and buy the green. Buy the red, sell the green. Mr. DYOR, everyday live stream. Woohoo, love this channel. Love talking with you, man. Peter Pego, don't worry, we love you. I love you too. 95% are bots. It's possible. I don't know. Oh, what? Of my channel? 95% are bots? Let me see. There we go. Do I strictly use those same moving averages? Well, I don't use moving averages a lot, just when I'm noticing that there's a reaction going on with the moving averages. Otherwise, I'm not really touching them very much. Nice, Neil. Scotland, sweet. Spence, do you see XRP possibly dipping down to 15 to 17 cent range? Possible. Possible. So everybody remember that we talked about that. It's that the stellar lumens has now reached the danger zone. And if you're paying 6.5 cents right now, why were you not paying 3.5 back then and screaming that this market was going to go lower? Psychological danger point. Christopher Go. Another day working from home, sat in my underpants. Let's make this a happen, baby. What's in your fridge right now? My fridge is packed. I need to take a picture and post it onto Twitter because I've been watching Green Eggs and Ham, to the lifeboats. kind of loading up on stuff. I bought me a bunch of lighters, a bunch of candles, got a bunch of candles, and like generic brand coffee. People like post, so like for my other channel, like I'll post pictures or like make videos of like my silver stack. I need to make a video of like my candles and my lighters stack. I'm rich. So if it's in a danger zone, why would anyone buy to push it above the 702? Right. So most people aren't paying attention. They're excited and they're buying a big green candle, right? Is there enough hype to break it through there for people who aren't charting, for people who are just completely FOMO buying right now? We'll find out. Can it break through the resistance? Is there more hype and more optimism than the technicals say should be there? We're at 2 hours and 21 minutes, still going strong. But yeah, you couldn't ask for a better morning, right? Again, it's only it's only 4%, but we'll take it, right? Can we hold it? Looks like we are likely at a consolidation point for a while now, though. Let's see. Yeah, even on the 1 minute, you've got kind of a bearish divergence. You definitely have a bearish divergence going on. We are likely consolidating for longer now. Stellar lumens. It could keep going. Let's get all of that off there. Bitcoin. See that? Hmm. Could break through it though. Definitely took a whack off of it. Good volume. Not very high sell volume. Let's put on a 5 minute. Yeah, not very much sell volume. It might recover. We're on Bitstamp. Let's go to Bitcoin. Let's go to Coinbase. Yeah, not very much sell volume. It should be okay. It should be okay. Shane Wilson just got my fourth cup of coffee. Yeah, so I filled up these Yeti cups or whatever they are. Buy the off-brand. I don't buy Yeti. Um, but I think I could fit 3 cups of coffee in here, and I go through 2 of them a day. Daniel Main with that reverse psychology. You should just do a 24-hour live stream. I bet you won't. I bet you're right. It would be good if it was $4. Man, I know. You got to unfave all those other exchanges and just keep Coinbase. I know. Look, I, I like all the data that comes out of Coinbase because that's true data, right? The only problem is Coinbase only goes back to February of 2019. So when I need to look at long-term charts, I have to go to other exchanges, and my choice is Bitstamp. Yeah, I remember when Participation Trophy Wife used to do those 24-hour live streams on Twitch. Oh man, I'd stay up with her too while she would do them. They're brutal. See, like right now, you feel all good, right? You feel great. Then all of a sudden, it becomes nighttime, and you're still like, okay, it's kind of rough. Then at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, your viewership goes way down because everybody's gone to sleep, but you're still the dingus sitting there doing the 24-hour live stream at 2 o'clock in the morning with nobody watching. Then 7 a.m. rolls around, and people wake up and they tune back into the live stream, and you're watching the sun come up, and you're just dying on the inside. William with saying Coinbase Pro, Bitstamp, and Binance US. It sounds like you've got a nice little variety there. Experience gains. Is PTP your actual wife? Yeah, she is. She is in here in this house right now. Time for me to drive home after a nice 2.5 hour sesh of this. I'll keep listening. Cool. Yeah, Rough Freakin', she plays games. Here we go. Are we cooled off yet? Looks like it. Don't turn down on us though now. Volumes running low. We're ready to turn to the upside. How's the stock market doing still? Oh, it's way up. Way up. People unemployed. Stock market likes it. Stock market thinks it'll get money from the Federal Reserve. Gritty. Don't have thanks for all that you do. I don't have time to watch a 24-hour live stream anyway. Me either. I don't have time to do one. Bro, do you even BCB? I know. Can you do a summary video? All right, well, so look at me. I'm just all being quiet here, reading the chat and forgetting to talk. I forgot these things work. I haven't done this before. 2.5 hours. Oh, smartphone marketing gets results with a super chat. Thank you for the $5. Have no clue if that's anything real that he's marketing there, though. So, yeah. Price targets for XRP again. That's fun. It is fun, but we have so long to go. We have key look, let's just talk about like short term. What are the things we've got to clear, right? This to me, in order to say we're potentially in a bull run, this level has to get broken. This 38 to 43 cent range. It's got to just get destroyed. Now, so here we go. So this is why we have to go back to Bitstamp like we were talking about earlier. This one right here has to get absolutely taken out. Let me turn down the opacity on that a little bit. There you go. And then once we get beyond that, which is 37 to 43 cents. We have to clear this one right here, the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level, which is $1.70. Then the next one we have to clear is 231. Once all of these levels are cleared, we can then say we may be going into a bull run. May. Once we break the all-time high, we could say we definitely are, and then that's when we're looking for 13. So the big key levels that we have to get through right now, our big one is going to be around that 40-cent mark. And then after, if the 40-cent one happens, then we'll see a lot of FOMO buying. FOMO crazy to $1.68 to 230 to 13. You should pick random people from the audience and interview them live with no prep. That would be interesting. It would be just like what we did when I put the headphone on participation trophy wife a minute ago. Like, even me, hard to kind of come up with stuff on the spot just to chat. But again, guys, all this stuff, not financial advice, not an investment advisor, as usual. Is there any problem with holding two people's crypto on one ledger with two different accounts? Maybe when it comes to tax time and explaining that to the tax man. I don't know. Maybe not. If it's two different addresses, it might not be. I don't know. I cannot advise on that. Income disclaimer incoming. Not advice, but I'll take it. It's an opinion. That's what it is. All right. So do we have anything going on here? There we go. 2.3. It's almost like we've reached the climax of the stream, right? The price has just kind of calmed down now. The climatic. We need a new bullish pop. Do I have a price in mind for May or June? You know, man, time is just so ridiculously hard to predict. You know, we can look to the past, and it's really the only thing that's going to give us any type of time things to look forward to, and even those are not working. So, predicting the actual time, uh, it has been hard. I'm really hoping we see something by the end of the summer or by October in regards to a full-fledged thing, but hard to know. For May or June, I don't really have any type of huge target for May or June. Maybe we're in the grind up in that time, but I don't know where it would be in the grind in May and June. You need to provide a floating disclaimer once every 10 minutes. I can't, man. I can't. If you're tuning into this channel for trade calls, right? You're crazy. You're nuts. You need to do your own research and figure things out. If you want to come to me and use me as a reference for ideas and be like, okay, I see what this guy's talking about. Let me take a look here. And then apply that to whatever you're doing for yourself and just see the things that I'm seeing. There you go. I mean, in the end, when XRP was down in 12, 13, 14, 15 cents, massively oversold, huge volume. Um, it's still nobody explained to me how to get this 8 cents. Why was 8 cents such a huge thing? Shane Wilson, my man. Thank you. So let's see, am I missing anything huge? I haven't checked Twitter in hours. But all right, guys, I think we're reaching the end of this thing. It's been fun. Did 2.5 hours, but it's kind of like kind of running out of things to really talk about here. There's not much. We're just kind of hoping for a pump. I mean, we've got the targets. It's been tough, man, when we've been in this range. But if I turn this live stream off and that thing breaks out much higher, jeez. Do I think the Bitcoin halving will have any effect on the price? You would think so, but we're only 19 days away, 18 days away. Todor maybe later, but I can't go through all of that right now. I can't go through all that. BCB, what about the lawsuit with XRP being a security still unresolved? Yeah, who knows what's going on with that thing. Yeah, I think so, Wayne. That's the only thing I can find. It seemed the whole retail space went with that. You are addicted to the charts. It's true. It's true. But okay. I think we're gonna go ahead and do it. This was fun. We did 2 hours and 37 minutes. Or is that 57? Blind. 2:37. That is a new record. And let me just make sure I don't think. Let me see if I think it's gonna go up again. I gotta wait a minute, man. I gotta wait. I gotta wait. What if it's gonna go? We are likely in a grind. But Stellar, man, if y'all are buying Stellar, watch yourself. Big cautious. Now here's the deal, right? If Stellar, let's get out of here. So I don't know a ton about. I don't follow this chart very closely, okay? Um, but just in any type of downtrending move, no question, this is all just downtrending moves. The first thing that you're going to look for to see that this downtrend has ended is that you can beat the retracement of the last big fall. That's the last big fall. The big retracement is right here. There's literally like no room left in this thing right here before it gets to the 0.702. I mean, I guess technically from where these percentages aren't tiny at this point. So it's got maybe 10% from current price at 0.639, 0.64, 0.064 to get through there. Otherwise, it's still just downtrending. Um, but you're going to want to see it then clear this high. And then now you've got another one to clear, and that's going to be way up here at 12 cents. But before you start getting too wrapped up in buying the potential very, very top, I'd want to see it break that first. Wait till the hour closes. Okay. Well, there we go. It just closed, right? How did the 1 hour close? Pretty big wick on that thing. How's Bitcoin? Not bad. You know what it is too, is I haven't taken a break in over an hour. It's been almost 2 hours since I took a break. It's the thing, I'm not sold that this thing's going to break down, so it's hard for me to kill this stream yet. Jana Thompson, thanks for the live stream. Thank you. So yeah, we're turning up again, right? Let's see how we're looking. We're looking cooled off, neutral, still oversold on all other time frames, or overbought, excuse me. I always do that. No bearish divergences yet, but definitely overbought. Take a quick break. Yeah, PTW, you want to come in here and hop on the mic again while I take a break? They'd love to talk to you, I'm sure. Oh, I'm sorry? Oh. Have a break for 10 minutes and then come back. Yeah, let me just put that on the screen here. I'm just going to take a break. And then if I come back for the 10 minutes, if I decide I'm going to kill it, I'll kill it. But I don't have to kill it yet. Here we go. Quick break. There you go. BRB. All right, cool. That was good enough. What, Mr. DYOR? Another two? Here we go. All right. So let's zoom out on it a little bit, right? Let me get this mic adjusted just right. You know, in the end, we're still just moving within our range, right? So nothing big has happened here. As for Stellar Lumens, still same stuff. But Bitcoin's obviously the big mover today, right? However, as Bitcoin stopped, it needs a big breakout. That was total two. Let's go to total two. So Ethereum's on my radar too right now, right? Like I said, I don't really fully understand Ethereum to the max, but Ethereum's interesting, and a lot of people are talking about it right now. Um, I don't know. I'd keep an eye on that too. I'd really just stick to the top alts if you're planning on distancing away from Bitcoin and XRP. Is today the day? It sure would be nice, wouldn't it? Oil is killing it today. Crypto Kid, backer, what's up? A lot of movement today. Yeah, we have had a lot of movement today. We'll see if we can continue it. We are hitting resistances on Bitcoin, but when you look at Stellar, Stellar went way above it, reaching almost to the retrace level. Um, I've been kind of warning people on Stellar Lumens. I know it's really exciting. The exciting thing about Stellar doing such a big move is that we see that XRP and Stellar move together a lot, right? So is that on our horizon as well? So if XRP was going to do the similar thing and get its way up here, we'd be looking at about 26 cents pretty soon. But a breakdown here. Eeh, still looks okay. What about a pullback? Yeah, I mean, a pullback is more likely, right? I mean, when you think about it, but let's see. Do we have something going on right here, right? Are we going to hold that? Is this actually a breakout with a back test right now? BCB, are you from Wyoming? No, no, I'm not. It'd be cool to be in Wyoming though, right? Out there in the middle kind of nowhere. Well, that was fun. Yeah. Mr. DYOR, are you still there, man? Answer my question, bro. Is that another two or is that the original two? So, okay. That might be it for the stream, guys. There's not really a whole lot to talk about at this point. We're not getting the price action, and we may have reached the full retracement on Stellar. Bitcoin had its price action, got some resistance. This could take time to really consolidate. And, we look at how the trajectory of how things were going, and then this right here, this says consolidation. A Cali accent. Huh. A Wyoming accent and a Cali accent. Cool. But all right. Did we hit 3 hours? No, we didn't hit 3 hours. Let's get to three. Let's do it. Ask me some questions, guys. Then we'll finish this thing off. You got 12 more minutes. I have no clue, Alex. I don't know, man. Chris Stone, did you see the Chime Company interview about the stimulus checks being distributed by them? No, I haven't received stimulus. Have any of you guys not received that? Is that just like me? Are they like watching my YouTube channel and say, no way, we're not hooking this guy up? No way. Anybody else like not get it and like not have any update on the IRS page. All right, Pat Collins. What's the secret to finding bank rolled coins at the banks that I go to? They only have hand wrap rolls. Well, grab those hand wrap rolls too. You can find stuff in there too. And the thing is, you just ask a bank and say, "Hey, I need to place an order for a box of quarters or a box of nickels or something like that," and they'll usually order it for you. Or you just play the law of large numbers and ask 10 banks, and maybe three of them will do it for you. It's really not too bad. There's going to be some banks that just won't do it, and don't take it personal that you got rejected. Just move on. They just don't do it. But there's other banks who don't care. They'll do it without a problem. You just got to ask. Jason Crawley, it looks like the XRP most logical setup is retrace back into the 15s or 16s. It's possible, right? But we're seeing different things behaving in the market right now. So it's really, really hard to know what direction we're going in right now. We're still stuck in our range. So we have not left our range. We're still in it. But Stellar has gone way out of this range up into this kind of area. And Bitcoin is up into this kind of area. Hmm. Brian White, most of whom have not received it are disabled at Social Security. That's not me. The non-filers are being the largest group. Need to go to the IRS and non-filer section. Still not me. The rest are those with children that the IRS messed up. Okay, well, I have children. That's the question that everybody wants to know, Cinder Rivik Wen Moon. There's a lot of Twitter chatter with XLM and XRP being a smokescreen. Thoughts? Yeah, it's just Twitter chatter. Like we were talking about earlier, Twitter is at its worst right now. We have moved from being 100% crypto Twitter to 30% crypto Twitter, 50% political Twitter, 20% conspiracy theory political Twitter. Crypto Twitter, it's just not even crypto Twitter anymore. I think today, like the thing floating around on crypto Twitter, which is now political Twitter, something like uh what was his name? Osama wanted, Bin Laden wanted Obama gone because Biden was unfit and he wanted Biden. Like that's the new conspiracy going around in crypto Twitter. I like an even split on crypto and conspiracies. Well then man, it's perfect right now. Here we go. 6 more minutes. Questions, questions. I hear a little Cajun in that accent. But yeah, guys, the reason I wanted to do this longer stream was that we hit 20,000 subs on here. It's just been a remarkable ride. And I told this story in the live stream yesterday that when I started this channel, I made a decision I was going to go for it for real. I was like, okay, I'm really going to give this thing a big shot. do everything I can to make a real YouTube channel, and that I would give it 6 months. And in that 6 months, I would do 100 videos. Even if I only had like 5 viewers or six viewers, I said I'll still do 100 videos. And we'll see what happens at the end of 6 months with 100 videos. And I remember once I actually had like 150 subscribers, it was going pretty decent. And like my videos were getting like 100 to 200 views each video. And I was like, okay, look, we're off zero, right? We're off that zero thing. And there were a couple of people in the community that were following me. And the biggest proponent of somebody who pushed my channel the hardest was XRP Yoda. And I'm grateful to him because I remember the first time he had shared one of my videos, and that video ended up getting like 1,500 views, and it was like a huge deal. Like I got like another 70 subscribers that day the first time he shared it. And it was crazy, and it's been a wild ride. And he kept pushing my content, then a bunch of people kept pushing my content, and then here we are today. And we're at 130 videos. And I think 6 months is coming up pretty soon. So, will I continue at the end of the 6 months? Yes, I will. Rich Kokoro BB, I think $13 is one of your first targets. If it does hit that mark, do you know what the retracement would look like, or is it too hard to say? Yeah, so I've thought about that many times and how I would play it out. Remember, this is all hypothetical stuff, guys, right? So just bear with me and I'll show you my line of thinking. If we did go to 13, I would be looking at something like this. I would look at A, that we would retrace back down to here, all the way down. So you'd be looking at a pullback from 13 all the way back to $3.35. Or you just pull down 70% down to 421, or maybe not even that far. I don't know, but really when I think about it long and hard, I think if it went to 13, it would probably come back all the way to 340. But then again, we've talked about a $26 target, right? What if 13 has no resistance at all and it just keeps going to 26? Then what? Well, then we got a completely different picture, and I'm not sure. Let's grab that and just look at that. What would that look like, right? So there's kind of a visualize what that would look like, right? So this one is taking it to 10, and 10, it pulls it all the way back to 3. So let me just scoot it up a little bit more. I can see it better like that. There we go. There we go. There's 10 back to 3. So you can see that those numbers are big, but that's realistically what it's done previously. And what was the percentage pullback on that one right there? 68.5% loss. Matic. Yeah, I've taken a long walk and you're still streaming. Wow, you seem a bit tired. Yeah, I'm getting there. Here we go. I'm in my last minute. Instead of here we go, 3 hours. So I guess at this point I can kind of start doing my whole spew, my whole spew. So thank you guys. It's been a wild ride. It's been awesome to get to this point of 20,000. I know as a viewer, I never really care whenever like a content creator that I'm watching says that and says, "Oh yeah, you got to 20." I don't care. Yeah, I know, I get it. I don't know why I'm even talking about it. I just wanted to acknowledge it because I'm grateful for it. It's amazing. It's been an awesome ride, and I look forward to this ride continuing because the best is yet to come, right? That's the part, is that we haven't even done what we're really going to do. And that's when things start getting really wild. So that's going to be it, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching. Please like this live stream, give it a thumbs up. As always, this is not investment advice, and I am not a financial advisor. But if you ever need a pick me up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.